Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to another Zoom episode of Sports Chat with DJ Matt. I'm here with DJ Echo as always. How's it going
DJ, doing good today here on a Thursday morning.
on a Thursday morning? Yep.
That's correct.
Yep. So before we get into all the draft stuff, breaking news happened yesterday that was pretty almost unexpected. I'm surprised,
We
but
get breaking news finally.
yeah. um. So if you haven't heard by now, Rob Gronkowski is coming out of retirement and has been traded to the Buccaneers to rejoin Tom Brady. The Patriots send over a seventh-round pick along with Gronk, and the Bucs send a fourth to the Patriots. Look, I know last week we were talking about how they're not Super Bowl contenders yet, but I think now I'm starting to think they got a shot. They got a legit shot now, I think.
I don't know. I saw someone posted. It said Brady and Gronk on the Buccaneers, and it was a picture of Paul Pierce and Kevin Garnett on the Nets. I was like, yeah, it's gonna be something like that. I feel like I don't know. We're just gonna have to see how Gronk plays. If he plays how he played whenever he was being really dominant, then yeah. There have been conflicting reports about what's going to happen with OJ Howard. Some people have been saying that they wanted to trade him. There were other people were saying that they plan on keeping him. I don't know. Like somebody had mentioned, there's only one ball. There's only one ball. So you've got Gronk, Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, OJ Howard. There's only one ball. So. But
Well,
we shall see.
the Bucs are interesting because they might because Leonard Fournette in Jacksonville Buccaneers might trade for Leonard Fournette. That'd be interesting because I think Buccaneers do need another running back, a dominant running
Oh
back.
yeah, most definitely, most definitely. And I saw this morning, Percy Harvin was saying that he wants to come out of retirement to play for the Buccaneers.
I don't know.
Everyone wants to play for the Buccaneers.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? You know something I saw too. Like WWE posted on their Twitter or something that Gronk is actually a WWE champion at this point. He's a 24.
Right, yeah.
So he
24/7.
so they tweeted that maybe during a game he might have to defend this title during the football game. Wouldn't that be funny if one of the wrestlers just streaked onto the field in the middle of the game and just tackled Gronk to the ground and won the belt? Does Gronk have to keep the belt on him at all times now? Does he have to parade around with it because he never knows when he's going to get attacked by a wrestler?
Well, I mean, okay, well, let's look at it this way, right? I watch wrestling. I don't watch it all that much, but the whole gimmick of the 24/7 is they try to do some fun stuff, but it never stays on one person for an extended period of time. Like it's always changing hands.
Right.
So they tweeted that just to be fun, but I don't see him holding it to whenever he starts playing football. Now, if he had one of the big belts, that would be different. But you know,
But wouldn't it be funny though, during a game, a wrestler just comes out of nowhere and just tackles Gronk and wins the belt?
it would be pretty funny.
That'd be amazing.
It would be pretty funny. Yeah, like during the huddle, like you just see some guy in a random Bucks,
No,
uniform ones on. Like who that? You just see Gronk just fall.
no,
I think it would be pretty funny.
I was saying during a play, he tags him during a play. Gronk has the ball and he's trying to score a touchdown, and the wrestler just comes in and tackles him.
Yeah, but I don't know. That's a little interference with the game. I could see the NFL being yeah, maybe during a huddle or on the sidelines, somebody's interviewing Gronk and then someone just comes up from behind him. But they wouldn't allow that during a game.
Yeah,
But yeah, I do think it would be funny.
if Gronk was still in the Patriots, that would never happen. Bill Belichick would kill that wrestler. I
Oh
think.
no, he would be like, this is not happening on my
The Bucks, I
watch.
feel like it'd be a great thing for the Bucks to do. I think Bruce Arians would allow it. I think he would allow it.
Yeah.
So I mean, I really do think the Bucks are legit contenders now. I don't know. I mean, I still think the Saints are the favorites, but I think I'm taking the Bucks a lot more seriously now. I'm really, they're gonna be good.
My thing is I'm looking at the two offense, obviously, because whenever the Saints and Bucks play, it's going to be obviously an aerial attack. You got to think. I don't know. Just looking at it, I still like our offense a little bit more because we have Alvin Kamara and Latavius Murray. But, if Tampa Bay got Leonard Fournette, I would say that we're about equal. So at that point, it's whose defense do you rely on more? I don't know. I kind of like our defense. Our defense is quietly really good.
Yeah. You know that Monday Night Football game about 2 years ago with the Rams and the Chiefs, and it was 50 to
Yeah.
40, whatever it was. I feel like when the Saints play the Bucks, it's gonna be like that type of
Yeah,
game.
one of the games at least will be like that. Yeah, I can see that happening.
I want that to be the NFC Championship game, and then I want the Super Bowl to be Saints and Chiefs. 'Cause I think it'd be the same thing too. Just a high scoring game. I feel like that'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like Saints Chiefs would be a really good game, especially for a Super Bowl. I mean, I was
Chiefs.
if this would have happened this past year, that would have been amazing coming off of 13-3. Honestly, anything was better than that. But I mean, this Super Bowl was pretty good. The 49ers taking the early lead,
Yeah, it was a good
and
Super
then
Bowl.
the Chiefs coming back. Yeah, it was a good Super Bowl.
I
And
got
then I think and then Saints Chiefs, you would just have just them going back and forth.
yeah, and they do play in the regular season, I believe. The Buccaneers also play the Chiefs in the regular season as well.
Yeah, I know that they play the Chiefs. I think, yeah.
Buccaneers Chiefs would be a good Super Bowl too. I think I wouldn't be mad at that. I really wouldn't be. Honestly, I think that'd be a good Super Bowl
Yeah.
with the Chiefs winning.
With the Chiefs winning, yeah.
The Chiefs winning.
Not the Bucks.
Not the Bucks. No.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just so weird to think because it's like, I do with Gronk. They are a better team. I do agree, but my stance still stays the same. They're a playoff team, but I can't say for sure that they're going to Super Bowl. Like if you told me right now that the Chiefs were going to Super Bowl, I'd say okay, fine.
Mhm.
If you told me right now that the Buccaneers are going to the Super Bowl, I'd be like, I don't know about that one. They're gonna have a tough road. You got to think they got the 49ers still. 49ers are still a powerhouse. Saints are still a powerhouse. Seahawks are still pretty good. I think there's a lot of teams with the AFC side. I'm looking at
It's Ravens
Ravens.
Chiefs. That's it. Ravens Chiefs in that
Yeah.
basically.
So with Buccaneers, they have a lot more that they have to go through.
Yeah. Yeah. But the Buccaneers are in a position where, like the Saints, where they can have an all defensive draft if they wanted to. They can really beef up that defense, especially with the deep draft. I
Yeah,
think
well,
that's what we should do,
the
honestly.
Buccaneers would have to acquire someone like Leonard Fournette first for them to do that.
Even without Leonard Fournette, they still be a good team, good offense. I think their offense is going to be just as fine. I don't, it's more of a luxury to have a running back like that. I just said they needed that so they can maybe not throw it as much. But, I mean, I think if they do throw it 30, 35 times a game, Tom Brady will be accurate and, they'll get a lot of points either way. So,
Yeah, I can see it. Everyone's memeing Julian Edelman now. They're like,
what do you know?
yeah, they did the thing. They did the thing from Fresh Prince where he's like, "Why don't he want me no more?" And
I saw that.
he was like, "Why don't Tom want me no more?"
I will actually throw my computer across the room if he gets traded to Buccaneers.
That would be ridiculous.
I will throw my computer across the room. I'm serious.
I would
Like,
be like, "Where's all this cap space?" Like the Tampa Bay's got, Tampa Bay's able to take all these contracts. Meanwhile, the Chiefs can't even buy a Patrick Mahomes signed football with their cap space. You saw that someone posted that a signed Patrick Mahomes football is like $660, and then the Chiefs have like $150 worth of cap space. That's
that's
ridiculous.
gonna be interesting for the draft picks too, like because they do have to sign their draft picks to deals. It's not like they're playing for free. So like, I wonder how they're gonna do
Go
that.
about that. Yeah.
They should forfeit all their draft picks.
We're trading them all. We're trading them all.
Yeah. So let's get into the draft then. First,
Draft preview.
I want to say this real quick. Okay, I know we bashed Roger Goodell a lot, but I have to commend him on the way he's handled this whole situation by letting free agency happen and by finding a way for the draft to happen. Because we do need a lot. We do need some kind of sports, and they're giving it to us in this way. So
You
I
know
do
what?
commend him on that.
I
will.
do give him that. However,
He still
I
sucks.
still hate Roger Goodell. I still hate Roger Goodell.
But I gotta give the props to do. I can't deny that. I think he did a good job in this situation. I really do.
I will give props, but like I said, however, I still hate Roger Goodell.
So another thing I want to say is that this draft I think really was made for Vegas because how many top prospects there are. To me, this draft was like made for Vegas, and the fact that it's not Vegas is kind of
it's like wide receivers. So you got to think wide receivers are usually pretty showy.
yeah.
Like if it was like a offensive lineman draft, it would kind of be boring. But like wide receiver draft,
Like I'm telling you straight up, this NFL season, I'm just as excited this NFL season as it was about the NBA season because of all the moves that happened. It feels like the NBA season. Like I'm excited. Like this is really gonna be good.
yeah. And I like how there's still people that we don't know where they're going to be. Like Cam Newton, we still don't know where he's going to be. Jadeveon Clowney, he hasn't signed anything.
Yeah. I mean, Jacksonville is just cleaning house. We don't know where any of those guys are going to be at. Honestly, like they're a wasteland.
Jacksonville's tanking for Trevor Lawrence, I guess.
I was thinking that too. I was like, that's what they're doing. Yeah, I agree.
Which I don't understand, but I do understand, but
Not like this. Don't do because
no, not like let's get rid of everybody. Like they don't even send anybody to the games.
yeah, it's terrible. So let's get into the drafting. So Joe Burrow is gonna probably be the number one pick to Cincinnati.
Joe
Chase,
Burrow, Tiger King. That's right.
yeah, Chase Young to the Washington Redskins.
And
Um,
then after that, nobody knows.
yeah, the draft starts at 3. Detroit might trade down. New York is looking to trade down. The question is who's gonna get Tua. I think Miami should get Tua, but if he goes to LA, I think it doesn't matter. I think he does good in both places.
Right. I saw that the Panthers and the Chiefs are reportedly trying to trade their picks. It didn't say whether they were trying to trade up, but they're probably try to trade down.
Yeah,
Um so
yeah. So the debate is who's gonna have a better career, Joe Burrow or Tua. So what's your take on that?
well, it's hard to say because it's how will Tua's like injuries how will they fare? That's the big question. If you want to, if you're giving me a healthy Tua, I would say that Tua probably has a little bit of the edge because of the way that the NFL is right now. It seems to be that more mobile quarterbacks are king. And while Joe can, get out the pocket and do something, Tua's more of a mobile quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
So if we were talking purely just that, I would say Tua has the edge, but it's too close to say one person definitively. But you also have to think Tua is injury prone. He's coming off of this injury. Apparently, was it his pro day or like something came out and people were like, this is kind of hurting his draft stock. So I don't know.
Yeah, something like that. I don't remember what it was, but something like that. But here's the way I look at it. So let's say they stay. Let's say Joe Burrow stays in Cincinnati for his whole career, and let's say Tua stays in LA or Miami his whole career, right? So with Joe Burrow, Cincinnati has a record of not building around their quarterbacks. So I don't
Right.
expect Cincinnati with Joe Burrow to win anything. And that has nothing to do with Joe Burrow. It just has to do with the organization. So the way I look at it is stat-wise, I think Joe Burrow will be like a Matthew Stafford, where he will put up good stats but won't win anything. With Tua, I think he'll put up good stats as well, but I think he'll have a better chance of winning. So in terms of maybe Super Bowls or winning, I say Tua, but stats maybe Joe Burrow. Like that's the way I look at it.
Yeah, I think that's fair to say, but then it comes down to the age-old debate, which is better, stats or rings.
Well, no, they're gonna no because I think Tua's gonna put up just about the same amount of stats as Joe will, but I think but Tua's gonna win more. That's the difference. Tua's gonna win more, and
But
then
do you but
they
do
don't
you
care about rings.
but do you honestly see Joe Burrow staying on Cincinnati for the entirety of his
I
career?
don't. I want
Well, there you go.
within 3 or 4 years, if it doesn't work out, get out of there. I don't want him in Cincinnati. It's too tough of a division right now. Lamar Jackson's gonna be there to stay. Baker probably be there to stay. That division is gonna be really good for a long time, and Joe needs to get out of there unless they build around him. Unless they actually build around him and become good, then okay. But if in 4 years, if they're not even in the playoffs, get out of there. Like get out of there.
Speaking of Baker Mayfield, I saw something. I know this is going back, and we can stick with the draft, but I saw something about the Bucks this year. They said, "Why do I get the feeling that the 2020 Bucks are gonna end up being like the 2019 Browns?"
It's a good possibility. Yeah, because like the Browns had this kind of hype too coming into last season, and
And then,
but I blame the coach. I don't know if I blame the coach because Freddie Kitchens didn't do that good of a job.
yeah, but still, you never know. It just,
Yeah.
well,
So
we shall see. That's all we can say. All right, anyway, back to the draft.
yeah. Okay. So there's that. So let's get into what the Saints might do. So the Saints have been doing deep research on quarterback Jordan Love out of Utah. So if he's available at 24, then or the Saints might even trade up. Who knows? The Saints have a tendency to trade up a lot to get people. What percentage of a chance do you give the Saints getting Jordan Love potentially if they're really that serious about him?
If they're that serious about Jordan Love, they would definitely have to trade up because I do not see him falling all the way to what pick do we have? 24. I do not see Jordan Love falling to 24.
If Jordan Love's available at 23 for the Patriots, I think the Patriots get him.
Right.
Honestly.
So my thing is if they're seriously invested in Jordan Love, they would have to trade up. And my thing is it's like I don't know if that's the right move
Right.
because usually whenever you're okay with trading up, you're kind of in a win now mode. And taking Jordan Love is not a win now mode move. You know what I'm saying? So I've seen them. I see them either taking, well, before they got Emmanuel Sanders, I saw them taking a wide receiver. Now I see them taking a linebacker
Patrick Queen is a name I've been seeing a lot lately.
out of Oklahoma. That's who I honestly see them taking. The only thing that I can see them trading up for is maybe a defensive name, or if they're really impressed by a wide receiver, but I don't see them taking a wide receiver now, especially not one of the big names, because then this guy. But I don't know. You never know, because I don't know how long Emmanuel Sanders is going to be sticking around. But it is
Yeah.
what it is.
You know how I view Emmanuel Sanders? I view him as like the JJ Redick of our team. Like, so the Pelicans brought in JJ Redick to kind of just be like that veteran, kind of like, he'll show up on game time, make the shots he needs to make, be a contributor in that way. That's how I view Emmanuel Sanders,
Yeah.
honestly, for our team.
So I mean, I could see them trading up, but it would only be for a wide receiver or a defensive player. I don't see them trading up for Jordan Love, because that's not a smart. Usually, whenever you're taking quarterbacks, like high profile quarterbacks, usually you're in a rebuilding mode,
Yeah.
and that's kind of, to me, like, the Saints have already made it known we're all in for this year. Like, poke all chips on the table, and them trading up to take a quarterback, I just don't see it.
Draft one in the later rounds. You can get Jalen Hurts probably in the third round if you really wanted to.
Yeah, a couple
Big Fromm.
a couple drafts I've seen have said that the Saints could take Jalen Hurts in the third round. I was like, that's fine. Just
Yeah.
don't trade up for a quarterback. If you're going to trade up, like, I mean, if you want to trade up for a linebacker, I would say trade up for like Isaiah Simmons, but that would be probably pretty hard to get.
If we could trade up to the fourth pick from the Giants and get Isaiah Simmons, that'd be pretty boss. I would love it.
I would be pretty happy with that one. I would be pretty happy with Isaiah Simmons.
I would be happy too. He's a linebacker, right? I believe he's a linebacker.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah. Mario
I mean,
Davis,
they have him listed as a linebacker, but he's one of those hybrid players that can pretty much play the whole
him
field.
and Mario Davis. Ooh. My mouth was watering just thinking about it. Oh my god,
Yeah,
that'd be great.
I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited for what they're gonna do tonight. Uh, I don't know. I think, me personally, I would rather them just stay where they are. If nothing good comes up, don't force anything. I would
Yeah,
say just stay where you are. You can get a good value pick there. And besides, the Saints are known for finding gems later on in the draft. I mean, look at Alvin Kamara, look at Michael Thomas. They
wow.
were not these big names coming out of college. So I say just stay where you are. Find a gem in the later round. Sean Payton shows that he knows what he's doing whenever it comes to the later round. So I just say just let him.
Yeah, I trust Mickey Loomis. I trust our GM. I trust everybody. They have the last couple of years have been great drafts.
Oh yeah.
So I have none but high praise and great expectations for this year. So let's talk about one of the other draft prospects that we both know and love. That is local kid Amik Robertson.
Amik Robertson.
He's projected to be a third round pick, maybe at best late second round pick, but more than likely a third round pick. Cornerback out of Louisiana Tech, played for our high school, Tampa High School.
That's right.
The great number 8 we used to call him.
He
Although
played everything. I was gonna say he played running back, but I was like, he played everything.
He literally did quarterback, receiver, running back, corner, kick returner. He did everything. Like it was.
I remember one game. That we went to. I think it was an away game, and me and you, we were talking whenever he hit, and he hit this spin move just in between two defenders and was just gone. And me and you just lost our minds. We were like,
dude, that dude wasted that guy.
it was one it was one guy coming, like, all right, he was towards the sideline, right? They had one guy in his way, and he had another guy coming. He just spins them both out.
Dude, Amik is another if it wasn't for his height, Amik's a first round pick. Seriously.
Yeah. I mean, also that, and he went to LA Tech, and I mean,
but that's no. LA Tech was a good thing because
it is a good thing, because if you went to LSU, but it's like you got to think where these top prospects are coming out of, you know.
But if he went to LSU, we only had to play senior year. That's it. Because look at the corners that LSU had last season. I mean, so
yeah, I mean, it's a give and take, because it's like you go to LSU, maybe you play less, but if you do really good, you get more attention. Or you go to LA Tech, where you guarantee to play, but like you're gonna get less attention. But I mean, you know what? Going third round is still good.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm seeing a local kid. Not a lot of people from Thibodeau get live out their big dreams like that. So I'm really happy for him. I'm excited. If the Saints draft him, I'm getting that jersey. Like the next,
Oh, oh yeah.
you gotta
That
get.
would be so awesome. That would be so awesome to see somebody from Thibodeau High.
Oh,
The last person from Thibodeau that I can think is
Greg.
yeah.
And we know what happened with him.
Yeah. Well,
So I mean, um, take that as you will. But I mean,
yeah.
so I'm really excited for Amik, man. I can't wait to see him in the NFL. I think he could definitely be a starter in the league, depending where he.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Or at least he could play in some nickel and dime packages if he's not a starter.
Yeah, and he could be like he's like he was the Taysom Hill of Thibodeau High. Like he did everything. So if a team could use him right, like as a kick returner or
Yeah,
maybe
I can see him kick returning.
he
I don't
could
know. It's going to be exciting after the first round, because usually after the first round, I don't have anything to watch for. But now we got something to watch for.
these first 3 rounds are gonna be great. I can't wait. Like it's a deep draft. That's why this draft was made for Vegas because like it's just so deep and like so many great prospects. Like
Yeah.
so excited, so excited. Oh, well, so there was also something. Let's get back to Brady for a minute. So, the 49ers, the GM Lynch, what's his name? What's his first name? Not Sean Lynch. Whatever. John Lynch. John Lynch.
There we go.
I remembered it. So they said that they considered maybe getting Brady, but that they didn't do it. But they considered it.
Well, good. I mean, good.
Yeah.
I'm dead serious. I mean, look, I'm not saying Jimmy Garoppolo is the best quarterback ever, but you just need to put a little bit more trust in him, because it obviously shows that they don't have enough trust in him. They really, but you look at their offense. What is it? It's run game. It's those running backs. And like I said, it was the same thing with the Titans. It makes more sense if your main guy, or the Panthers, if your main guy is the running back, you don't need to get a high profile quarterback. That's why the Titans signed Ryan Tannehill. That's why the Panthers signed Teddy Bridgewater. If you know that your main offense is the running back, or like Derrick Henry or Christian McCaffrey, if you know that that's your offense, you don't need to go out shelling the big bucks for like a Tom Brady. You just
Yeah.
don't.
Look, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not that high on the 49ers this year because I think what they lost on defense in the offseason, this offseason, I think it might be a little too much. And I think offensively they'll be fine, but like defensively, I don't know. I think they took some hits, and I just think Seattle is gonna get themselves back together. And then Arizona's better now too. I think
Yeah,
Arizona's a
Arizona.
team that might make the playoffs. Like I have a lot of faith in Arizona right now.
I could see Arizona being wild card, especially because with the bat, well, they're just gonna have to build up that line a little bit more. But other than that, yeah.
And then the Rams, the Rams are done. Jared Goff is so overpaid. It's unreal. Dak didn't even get paid yet. He was franchise tagged or whatever. And Jared Goff got like a 4 or 5 year deal worth buku money that I didn't think he earned because it was all Todd
No,
Gurley that helped him out. And you saw what he did without Todd Gurley. Nothing. He sucked.
trash. Sucked.
Like
And now Todd Gurley's gone.
he's in Atlanta. So the NFC South got
Couldn't
NFC
yeah,
South.
can't even get his jersey yet.
No, you got. What do you mean he can't get it? He got number 21. He got
Yeah,
it.
but I'm saying like they hadn't sent him anything. A while. It was a couple days. I think he might have got his stuff now, but I saw he made a post. He was like, "It's been a little while. I haven't even gotten anything from the team, but it's okay."
Yeah. Another thing I want to get your opinion on. What about all these uniform changes? Because the Chargers unveiled theirs yesterday, and a lot of people were saying it looked really good. I don't know. I don't know about that, but the Buccaneers changed uniforms. Atlanta changed uniforms. Cleveland had a little alteration. New England
Colts
had.
had a change.
Who else had a change?
The Colts had a little bit of a change.
Yeah, the Colts had a change, and then the Rams also, I think, too. Well, they changed
I
a
mean,
little, but I don't know. I don't like all these changes, to be honest.
some of them I'm like, okay, you know what, it's cool, but it's like now if you want to be like, oh, if you want to come up with a color rush jersey, that's a little different.
Yeah, that's what the
But
Patriots
like,
did.
yeah, I mean, like color rush. You want to talk color rush? Saints color rush. Love the Saints color rush.
We should get an all gold color rush with white helmets. I think that'd be awesome.
That would be cool. But like, or you know what? You have the color rush. You have the regular. What about some throwback jerseys? Teams have throwback jerseys.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think some of the throwback jerseys are cool. I mean, anything besides the Packers throwback jersey, because those can stay
What
in the
about the
bin.
Steelers
But
and the Bumblebees?
Some teams shouldn't bring back their throwbacks, but other ones like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, the orange ones, some
Yeah.
of them are pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, the Oilers. I wish the Tennessee would go back to the Oilers.
That would be cool. Well, yeah. I mean, technically, it would be the Houston Texans, but
No, but they were the Tennessee Oilers or something. Then they were still the Oilers when they went to Tennessee for a year or two, I think.
right, yeah. But I think I may be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the Oilers, like the team that was the Oilers, became the Texans.
Well, what had happened was like that team got moved to Tennessee, and Houston didn't have a team. So then they expand. I guess they expanded. I guess whatever extension, whatever you want to call it. They made the Houston Texans, which is it's actually a young franchise. The Texans,
Yeah, they actually.
because I believe Tennessee. I think the Titans have all the Oilers records. I think, and I think Houston is a brand new franchise on their own. I believe.
Yeah, I don't know how the whole thing works. All I know is that Houston was not around before the 2000s.
Yeah, it was like late '90s, right? '90s something.
No, because I saw something like whenever Tom Brady posted that. Oh yeah, I still remember whenever I got drafted. Somebody posted, "Oh, all the teams except for the Texans are mad because the Texans weren't around," and he was drafted in '99. So
Okay, yeah, but the point is the Texans are a young franchise still.
yeah, young franchise.
And I think Jacksonville too is a young franchise as well.
Yeah, Jacksonville is also a young franchise, but they were a '90s team.
Right. And there was another team that was that's actually kind of young still. I forgot what team it was. Or I might be mistaken. What team is you?
The Ravens. The Ravens are relatively young.
Yeah, the Ravens were in the '90s too, I think, huh? Or late '80s or something.
Yeah, something like that.
Because they had the Baltimore Colts, and then the Colts moved to Indianapolis, and then Baltimore didn't have a team.
Yeah.
Then I think it was like late '80s, early '90s. They became the Ravens. Yeah,
Yeah,
somewhere.
and then like I think Browns wanted to move to Baltimore, but then they moved back to Cleveland, and it was the Ravens.
Yeah,
I
something
don't
like
know.
yeah.
NFL that was your NFL history
I was trying to remember what NFL history is.
segment. It's been so long. I haven't seen a game. I haven't seen anything in so long. I'm just forgetting everything.
Yeah. So speaking of like the '80s and '90s, so the Michael Jordan documentary, The Last Dance, is on ESPN. It's a 10-parter documentary. Episodes 1 and 2 was last Sunday. This Sunday coming is gonna be 3 and 4, and then so on and so forth.
Right.
I watched episode 1 and 2. You didn't, right?
But I did. I basically read a recap, so I pretty much know what happened.
Okay. Yeah.
But
Did you see my Snapchat I posted? Was it yesterday or the day before?
yeah, I saw it.
Yeah, and I feel the same way still. Because like, so basically, what happened was the Bulls front office, while they're winning championships, said after this season we're gonna rebuild. Like what? Why? You're winning championships. Why would you blow it up if you're winning championships? That makes no sense to me.
Well, I mean, if you look at it now, the Bulls have shown that they're pretty dumb, you know.
Yeah, their front office is terrible.
And if it would not be for Michael, and honestly, look, if Michael Jordan would have stayed for his senior year of college, you know who he would have played for?
Who?
The New York Knicks, because they had the first pick.
Oh,
They
sell
had
the
the first
team.
picks the next year.
Sell the
They had
team.
they had the first pick the next year. So honestly, if it would not be for Macau Jordan, the Bulls would be a trash franchise. It's only because of Michael Jordan that the Bulls have any relevancy.
Yeah, and another thing too, like I believe I'm an aficionado of modern sports history, not so much the past. So I'm learning a lot. In those 2 episodes, I learned a lot, especially with Scottie Pippen and how much he was underpaid. You saw the numbers. He
I
was like,
saw the numbers, but I saw somebody come out that was around there that said, he signed that because he didn't want to. He had back problems whenever he signed
right,
it,
yeah.
so he didn't want to sign it, get hurt. But I think Jerry Krause told him, he's like, look, regardless of whether or not you get hurt, I still have to pay you this money.
I think the owner told him that, not Jerry Krause. The
Or
owner.
whoever told him that. Maybe it wasn't Jerry Krause. And then the person told him, they said, listen, if you overperform this contract, do not come back and complain to me.
Right.
And Scottie Pippen knew all these things. Somebody told him, listen, don't sign the contract. Jerry Krause actually told him, do not sign the contract. It's a bad contract. Get another one. Scottie Pippen said, no, I'll sign the contract. The owner told him, listen, if you outperform it, do not come back and complain to me. Sign the
Well,
contract anyway.
but the year of The Last Dance, where the documentary takes place, that was his contract year, though. That was the year he was getting for an extension, and I think they wouldn't try to extend him or something. I think that's what it
Yeah,
was.
but people are talking about the contract he had already signed.
Yeah. Which makes sense. I mean, look, he can in the documentary they highlighted his background and how like he didn't come from much and that he had a big family but like not a lot of money. So when he first was able to sign an NBA contract, for $18 million over 6 or 5 years, he signed it because that was the most money he's seen in his life.
Yeah, I mean,
I
honestly,
understand.
if someone came up to me right now and told me I'll pay you $2 million a year to play basketball, I'll be like, okay,
Yeah, I'll do it.
yeah. They're like, okay, but people like LeBron, like, bro, that's LeBron, duh.
Yeah, yeah. Another thing I want to bring up? Okay, so remember like a couple years ago before Kobe retired, they had that video of him yelling at his teammates and stuff in practice, and it was like a whole thing. You remember
Yeah.
that?
Hmm.
So in the documentary, because Scottie Pippen was holding out, but like he wasn't holding out, but he wasn't around. So Michael Jordan had to basically steer the ship by himself in a way, and it showed that he was kind of yelling at all the teammates and trying to get them to be better. Obviously, like what Kobe was doing. So it really highlighted the similarities that Kobe tried to be like Michael, like in that way. Because I saw a lot of that. I
Yeah.
understood Kobe. You see what I'm saying? So I thought that was
Yeah.
interesting.
I mean, I think especially to Kobe, like Michael was the greatest, you know. And now a lot of people are making the argument for LeBron, and like I see the argument for LeBron. Like I understand it. I'm not sure which side I'm on because it's not fair of me to pick one because if I had to pick one, I have to say LeBron because I've never seen Michael play. I was not alive during that time, so I can't,
Well,
you know.
he was with the Wizards, but we were only babies. you know what?
Exactly, and by all accounts, it was not a good situation whenever he was with the Wizards.
Right. I agree with that because I think for like the adults, I guess Michael Jordan's the goat. For 2000s kids to 2010, it's Kobe. 2010 on, I think is LeBron. So kids growing up now are going to see LeBron as their favorite player or the best player because that's who they grew up watching. You know what I'm saying? Like our generation, like our span is going to be Kobe. People view Kobe as like the best because that's what they grew up watching. You know.
Right. And I mean the whole argument is okay, well, Michael's 6-0, and then the argument for LeBron is like, okay, well, look at the competition he's faced.
Kobe.
And like
Michael Jordan has some pretty tough competition though. I
he
don't
he did
know if
he
I compare that.
I
I'm,
I know, but I'm just saying like that's LeBron, and they're like, okay, well, like, and other people say, well, Michael played with Pippen.
LeBron played with the big three, so
He did play with the big three, I know, but it's just the argument, But like I said, I've never seen Michael play. I've seen LeBron play,
right.
so I can't put myself on either side of the
Okay.
argument.
And for the 2020s, I think Giannis is going to be like that player.
Oh
Like,
yeah, if Giannis continues on the track that he's going to be, Giannis is going to be that player. Because people are saying, whenever people say like the best scorer of each decade, they always say that Kevin Durant is the best scorer of this decade. And you always look at the comments, they're like, LeBron was the best player of the decade. They said, yeah, I know. LeBron was the best player of the decade. Kevin Durant was the best scorer. So you
right.
could probably see something like that with Giannis and maybe someone like James Harden or something,
And
or maybe
Steph.
someone
I'm thinking
a
of Luka.
little younger, maybe Steph. They'll be like, Giannis was the best player, but this person was the best scorer. So it's just a bunch of different things.
And if Luca or Zion might too, maybe, if Zion continues the way he's going, if he, stays healthy and plays, full season, lives up to his potential, Zion could be that player too,
Yeah,
potentially.
maybe towards the middle of the decade.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you see that? It was, I think CBS Sports posted this and it was like the teams with the brightest futures and they had the Pelicans at number one. I don't know if you saw that.
No, I did not see that, but it doesn't surprise me.
Like the list was the Pelicans at one. I think Boston was two. I want to say Dallas might have been on that list somewhere,
Well,
but
yeah, I mean,
but Boston and New Orleans were one and two, but New Orleans was one. So,
when New Orleans makes so much sense because all of them are young, and you got to think they're top prospects. Brandon Ingram is a top prospect.
right.
Lonzo, I mean, he's not like all-star level, but he meshes well with the team. Zion obviously was so hyped, like it makes sense. And I mean, of course, there's other players, but those are the three that everyone looks at.
I don't know if you saw the rumors, but Bradley Beal being linked to the Pelicans have been a rumor since last offseason. But
Yeah,
there's been more rumors circulating that the Pelicans are willing to trade Lonzo, Jackson Hayes, Nikhil, and some picks, like 3 first-round picks, and I think 2 second-round picks or something like that for Bradley Beal. And I don't know if I like that because I want to keep Lonzo in New Orleans because I think Lonzo and Zion just have such a good relationship. And I don't want Zion to be upset that Lonzo's gone. Like I want to keep Zion as happy as possible. And I think they're a good tandem. I want to see them stay together. I don't.
Yeah, and
I love
honestly,
Bradley Beal, but I don't want to give up that much for Bradley Beal. That's all I'm saying.
right. Yeah, I was gonna say actually, yeah, because I feel like that's too many either players or draft picks.
It's too much, and they said they'll have to get a third team probably to take Lonzo. So like Lonzo won't even go to Washington. He'll go somewhere else. They'll need a third team. I don't want to. I don't want them to make that trade. I don't know if I
No,
like.
I think Lonzo is doing really good at New Orleans. I mean, you look over the course of just the offseason, his jumper improved so much. Like he needs to stay in New Orleans, and then now he's got Zion because obviously Lonzo is a pass first point guard.
Right.
He's truly a point guard. And whenever you're a pass first point guard, you need somebody like, oh, I don't know, Zion Williamson to pass to.
Yeah, and the fact that he can now shoot the ball, I think effectively, he got so much. Like I was not a fan of Lonzo until he came to New Orleans and he got better, and I was like, this dude's actually really good. LA missed out, I think.
Yeah,
Not a lot.
you keep them two along with the addition of Brandon Ingram. That's a star-studded team right there. And then forever, however long you have Drew Holiday, there's your defense.
I would trade Drew for Bradley Beal now. I would do that trade actually,
Yeah, I would be okay with that.
and maybe a couple picks. I would do that trade. I won't do Lonzo Jack because I think Jackson Hayes is going to be that starting center soon too for New Orleans. I think he's going to grow into that role. I hope he does.
That's just too many players for me. For all of that, for just Bradley Beal.
Yeah, I mean,
And I get it. Bradley Beal is a good player. He was
would
an
make
all-star
he
snub.
would make us better, but I don't know if I'd give up that much. I think our future's just we're too young and too bright to do that right now.
But on top of that, I don't realistically see the Pelicans pulling the trigger on that.
I hope not, at least. And if they do, hopefully it's not for that much. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I
Or,
want
or
to
at least or at least they get more compensation
at
than
least,
just Bradley Beal.
yeah, at least I want to at least keep Lonzo for as long as we can. I think Lonzo, the biggest thing is keeping Zion happy. Zion has formed relationships with all these guys.
Yeah,
Look,
we
Zion's
don't.
happy to have Bradley Beal on his team, I'm sure. But I mean, I just think Lonzo and Zion are just too good of a duo to break up right now, especially in the first year.
Yeah, we don't need another Anthony Davis where he's unhappy and he wants to leave.
Yeah, so that's my whole point with that deal.
Yeah.
Also, another thing that came up real quick, I don't know if you saw this, but Brett Brown said that he was like considering benching Ben Simmons because he won't shoot threes or something. I don't know what your take on that is.
I mean, the fact that Manute Bol had more three-pointers in one game than Ben Simmons has had in his entire career. Like Manute Bol has had 6 3-pointers in one game, and Manute Bol never played basketball until college.
Yeah.
And he has more three-pointers made in a single game than Ben Simmons has in his entire career.
But here's my thing. Look, I would love for Ben Simmons to get a jump shot. But here's the deal. He's so good without one already. Like maybe that's just not his game. He's just not a shooter. That's just not his game. I feel like don't force a player to do something that he's not. You know what I'm saying? Like play just.
Honestly, maybe Ben Simmons should just start playing the forward position instead of calling him a point guard.
I don't know. I think if Ben Simmons had the shooting coach that Lonzo had, I think you'd see a big improvement in Ben Simmons' jump shot. I think we have the best shooting coach in the league, to be honest.
Yeah, but I'm just at the mindset that like if he's refusing to shoot because like you look at it so many times he's been open, like wide open. Nobody even touches him. They're too busy worried about him going to the paint. We'll just call him a forward. Stop making him the point guard.
I don't know how long that 76ers team is going to stay together. I don't know.
All these people that are saying Ben Simmons and Joel Embiid can win a title, I don't know about that one, Chief. Like I don't know about that one.
Yeah. I mean, look, they were supposed to be favorites for the finals this year, and they did drastically underperformed. Like Milwaukee's clearly the best team in the East. Clearly.
Yeah. And then after that, then you got to start looking at Toronto, maybe Boston, but Philadelphia is not in that conversation.
Yeah, Philadelphia just like blew it big time. So I don't know how long that they're gonna last. So there's that.
I don't know what process they were trusting, but it's going downhill.
I stopped. I think I'm done trusting the process. I think I'm over it.
Yeah, I think I'm done because the process ain't working. You got in fine. Hey, I saw something. Props to Jimmy Butler for exposing all of these weak organizations. You look at the Bulls,
Yeah.
expose them. Timberwolves, expose them. 76ers, expose them.
You watched him on the JJ Redick podcast? You watched that episode?
Yeah, I watched clips where he was talking about that.
Yeah. I
And he's right.
I respect the hell out of him.
He's right. He's right for everyone. You look at it. I mean, Bulls, they're about to lose Zach LaVine for no reason. They shouldn't be. You look at the Minnesota Timberwolves haven't been relevant. Remember at the beginning of the season whenever they were like off to a hot start, you know, and they lost a bunch of games.
Mhm.
And you look at the 76ers, they're falling apart.
Yeah. That's why I think that Jimmy Butler's perfect for Miami. He really is. I love him in Miami. And if they can get a big time free agent, like if Giannis does decide to leave Milwaukee, or if they can somehow get whoever else, you know, maybe it'd be interesting to see Devin Booker in Miami. I think that'd be
If
interesting.
Giannis goes to the Heat,
I'm
it's
excited. I'm a Heat fan.
it's gonna be like the early 2010s all over again with the Heat always being in the finals.
And the Heat had a good draft this past year too, with Tyler Hero and Kendrick Nunn. So I mean, the Heat are
Yeah,
set up pretty good, and with Bam Adebayo, I mean, I love the Heat, man. I love the Heat. I'm so excited.
that would be a crazy team. That would be a crazy team.
I would love that team. I would not hate that team at all. Pelicans Heat finals. Let's go. I'm ready.
Zion versus Giannis.
Be a great matchup.
Matchup made in heaven.
Yeah. So I think that's all I got for today. Unless
I think that's good. Don't forget to miss the draft tonight.
draft tonight.
Don't miss it. You know you want to see the Tiger King go first overall. I mean Joe Burrow. You want to see Joe Burrow go first overall. Chase Young go number 2, and then
After.
just we'll see what happens after. I mean, Tua is going to go at some point,
Yeah.
probably.
Yep. Remember to follow us on Instagram at Sportschat with DJ Matt 1. That's the number 1. No spaces. You know the drill. So please like, subscribe, comment.
If you made it this far,
You're an OG.
you're an OG. Comment baseball. If you made it this far, comment baseball. We're YouTubers now. Trust me, we hate it too.
All right. Thanks, buddy. Yeah.